After round 15, the verdict is in. G'day everyone, Matt Thompson alongside Match Review Panel Chairman Mark Fraser, and a very busy show today. Let's begin with West Coast Eagle Patrick McGinnity. He's facing a 3-match suspension for rough conduct against Adelaide's Bernie Vince. Negligent, high impact and high contact. Talk us through it, Fraser.
Yeah, here you can see Vince gets the ball and then is tackled by McGinnity. McGinnity continues on with the tackle well after the ball's gone and then throws Vince down onto the ground. He hits his head on the back of the ground. We think that's excessive force with the tackle and is unreasonable in the circumstances. Everyone's
going to be asking, why is this suspension so heavy? 4 weeks down to 3 with an early plea. If he challenges the tribunal, he'd be risking 4.
Yes, he would. He does have carryover points, so it would normally be a 3 to 2 week with an early plea, but because of those carryover points, it elevates it to 4 weeks and down to 3.
What should he have done in these circumstances?
With this tackle, you obviously want him to be letting it go sooner and not throwing Vince into the ground with that force so that he hits his head.
And the medical report obviously comes into play as well in the assessment from the day?
That's why we get the high impact, because he doesn't take any further part in the game.
All right, now from that same game, Adelaide's Sean McKeen has been offered a 2-match ban for striking Eagle Brad Shepherd. This has been judged reckless, high impact and high contact.
Yeah, in this instance, you can see that McKeen comes in and goes to bump, but unfortunately with the bump lifts the elbow and then strikes Shepherd high. So he comes off the ground and you can see from that there's fairly high impact, so it was graded high impact. But we believe that he should know that lifting that elbow, sort of going in for a bump, is a reckless act, and so he's been charged.
Someone might say he was a bit lucky that he didn't get done for intentional there. Did you think about that, or are you comfortable with reckless?
No, we absolutely thought about that. So we just thought there was the step. He didn't sort of lead in with the elbow at all. He's gone and turned his body at the same time as he's ended up raising the elbow. So we thought it was a more reckless act.
OK, next up, Port Adelaide's Justin Westhoff has been charged with striking Essendon's Cale Hooker. He can escape with a 1-week ban thanks to his good record here, but this has been judged intentional.
Yeah, with this one, Hooker runs to Westhoff and you see him just throw the arm out and collects him on the chin. So we think that's an intentional strike. Obviously, he gets up very quickly and medical was clear, so an intentional low-impact strike.
Yeah, low impact does save him a little bit there, doesn't it? Because, as you say, it was an intentional action.
Oh, absolutely. So if he didn't get up as quickly or there was something in the medical report, yeah, we'd certainly elevate it higher.
All right, next up, Taylor Adams from the Giants. I told you it was going to be a busy show. He's been charged with striking Bulldog Adam Cooney. A 1-match ban for this one. Intentional, low impact and high contact.
Yeah, here you see there's a bit of push and shove going on there, but then Adams throws that arm around and whacks Cooney on the back of the head. We believe that that's an intentional strike as well, so intentional, low and high.
And he would risk 2 weeks with that one if he went to the tribunal and fought it, wouldn't he?
Yes.
All right. Now, also from this game, you took a look at some contact between Jeremy Cameron and Jason Johannesson. A bit going on here around this. Talk us through it. No action taken.
Yeah, this is obviously a tough one. You see them both going for the football. Cameron has his arms down and runs straight at the ball, then turns a little bit side on, makes a fair whack of shoulder contact, and then there's a bit of a head clash as well. But we don't think that there's any realistic alternative for him there. We think he's going down for the football, and that's a really unfortunate sort of collision. Yeah,
you've obviously broken that one down and looked at it in great detail, step by step, to come to that conclusion that there was no realistic alternative.
Oh, most definitely. So the players are going for the football, so with that, we don't believe there's another alternative for Cameron.
OK, now to Brisbane's Dane Zorko. He can escape with a reprimand for striking Gold Coast's Tom Murphy to the groin. Reckless and low impact, this one has been judged. I think people will agree this is fairly clear cut.
Yeah, with this one, you see obviously the bit of a hit go out there. Zorko's not looking at Murphy when it occurs, so we believe it's a reckless act, but he obviously gets him in the groin, so low impact strike.
OK, now from the same game, you also had a look at Jonathan Brown on David Swallow. You dismissed this one, though.
Yeah, with this one was quite interesting. There's sort of the bobbling of the ball and then it falls backwards towards Swallow. He comes through and Brown goes to try and tackle him. He's stumbling a little bit and Brown makes the high contact, but we believe that there wasn't a striking action there, that he's sort of going for the tackle and makes the high contact.
And you see Swallow go to ground, but that was almost because he stumbled in the first instance as well. Was that part of that?
Oh, absolutely. You see the stumble and him falling forwards and then Brown makes the high contact, so he can't be, I suppose, held liable for the fall forwards.
All right, and just finally, from Saturday night, Sam Mitchell and Joel Corey. This got a lot of attention from the crowd, so that's why we thought we'd better bring it up today to get your explanation. You did take a look at it.
Yeah, we did look at it, but you see with that, Corey obviously tackles Mitchell, and then they both go to ground. Mitchell's arms pinned and they fall on each other, and there's an unfortunate collision of Corey, Mitchell in the ground. Obviously he was unfortunately knocked unconscious with that, but we don't think there's anything that Mitchell could have done differently, or that he's once again liable in any way for that.
Yeah, you see Sam get straight back up after the contact's made, if you like. I mean, what could he possibly have been charged with if he was to be charged in those circumstances?
You obviously look to see if he contributed to the force being applied to Corey, but he doesn't in this instance, so there's nothing that we would think of charging him with.
All right, excellent. Mark, thank you so much for your time as always.
Thanks.
Mark Fraser with us, the chairman of the match review panel. All of those players charged have until 11 a.m. Eastern Tuesday to decide if they would like to challenge at the tribunal. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon.